Live to 120 Secrets of the Modern Day Japanese Blue Zones Part 5 Blue Zones Project versus Ikigai Bio-Hacking Community. That's something I'm going to talk about today, so stick around. Hi, my name is Sachiaki Takamiya. I am the author of the Ikigai Diet and Ikigai Bio-Hacking. Okay, so in the last video, I shared with you future centenarians and modern Moai, mutual aid in future blue zones. Yeah, and then I talked about local network, yeah, which is a type of like mutual aid groups in the Japanese countryside crafted by Shizenka people. And then today, I'd like to share with you how to start a local network or, the related a group in your region. Yeah. Okay, so first of all, what is a local network? What did we actually do? Yeah, so we started our network by having a monthly gathering. So once a month, we just got together and we just shared whatever was happening to our lives. Basically, it was a kind of get together to get to know each other. And then also because the aim was to kind of create a sustainable community, like a sustainable town. So we often talked about sustainability, but mostly about our own life. What kind of activity you are, doing recently as regards to a sustainable way of living. Yeah. And so we had the monthly gathering, and then so all we did was just got together once a month. That was the only thing we did, nothing else. But then eventually, other project or activity kind of gradually, organically sort of appeared. Some people started a cafe, and this cafe became a sort of a hub for sustainable minded people in our town, or other groups started a forest playground. They made a playground for children in the forest. Yeah. And then some people organized marshes. Marshes like a free market. Yeah. And or just a lot of individual communication. Yeah. So the monthly gathering was in the center, but many other activities were born, out of this gathering, right? And then now local network has evolved, over the time, because now it's like over 10 years since we set up this network. And now we don't even have a monthly gathering, yeah, but we have a local network, which we have a Facebook group page and so on. And then other people just do different activities which are kind of related to the local network's main concept. For example, one group is an organic school lunch group, so they try to negotiate with the Board of Education or the municipality to introduce organic school lunch in the elementary schools and junior high school in our town. Yeah, which now became sort of successful. And then one elementary school will introduce organic school lunch from this fall, right? And then other people set up a free school for children, and then some people do like trust right field preservation project and so on. So, and then there are a lot of individual communication. So different sort of activities, but the core is the local network, yeah. Um, so this is not necessarily done for health and longevity, but this kind of activity in your like a countryside or region can become a mutual aid group in the future. Yeah. Now, you know about Blue Zones project, right? And so it was actually introduced in this documentary program, Live to 100, Secrets of the Blue Zones, episode 4, The Future of Longevity. Yeah. So when they talked about Singapore as Blue Zone 2.0, they also talked about Blue Zone project. Yeah. So this was organized by Dan Buchanan and his team. Yeah. So using secret discovered in the original blue zones, rare longevity hotspots around the world where people are thriving into their 100s. We help people live together better through community transformation programs that lower healthcare costs, improve productivity, and boost national recognitions as great places to live, work, and play. Yeah. So basically, this project help municipalities and other community transform to be a blue zone. Yeah. And then they have this what they call nine power or the nine secrets of the blue zone. Um, and then they basically try to change a community based on those nine principles. So try to basically pay attention to each area, such as, people, they encourage people to move naturally, doing some gardening, that kind of thing. Or, encourage people to have purpose, encourage people to have to downshift, have a time to meditate or, prayer to kind of relax within a day. And then apply a 80% rule, which means hara hachibume, you stop eating when you're 80% full. And plant stand, practice, predominantly plant-based diet. And then why not try like moderate drinking? Yeah. And belong, it's like having a faith or, community support. Yeah. And then loved ones first is to prioritize your family members and close friends first. And then, living with right to tribe. Yeah. So basically changing the community using these principles. For example, for like 7 and 9, like belong and right to tribe, that's where the concept of Moai comes in. So they do uh, establish a Moai kind of group in the community. Now, this is really great because it's a modern Moai. Yeah. So I did talk about there are problems in not necessarily Moai in Okinawa, but neighborhood associations in Japanese countryside because they have an old mentality. But if you create a new Moai now, it has a new, personality to it. Therefore, doesn't have the old, value, which are kind of tied with the traditional, culture. Yeah. So I'm sure you can have a, for example, democratic way of, communication and so on. And then this Moai becomes your right to tribe. Yeah. So I think that's a really great way. Yeah. Especially if you do that in the United States, it will be completely different from the neighborhood association in Japan. Right. So this is more like changing your community or changing a municipality. Yeah. So if you are a member of a municipality, you can certainly apply this. Yeah. However, if you are just a regular person in your community and then you want to change your community, you need to speak to the municipality to do it, right? And that is quite difficult. It is much more difficult than you think because I have done it, because I try to, uh, I negotiated the city, our town to introduce organized school lunch. And it has taken nearly 10 years for us to come to this point, and now it is just beginning, only starting. So we'll have to go through a lot more process in the future too. So it is a painstaking process. Yeah, it's not that easy to change a municipality or community. Yeah, it's much easier to work on your own change. So it's say, be the change you wish to see in the world. So first change yourself. Yeah, change your lifestyle, change your diet, start exercising. Yeah. So for me, changing my own lifestyle is so much easier than changing the neighborhood or community or municipality because it involves changing other people basically. It's not up to you. Yeah. When it comes to changing yourself, you have a power to make a decision. Yeah, you have the decision-making power. But for organization or community, then other people have decision-making power. So you need to convince them. That is extremely difficult, right? And then, so basically I recommend that you change yourself first, yeah? And then once you change yourself, then just a little bit extra energy, you may want to influence your families or friends. Not so much about the community, but just create a small changes fast. Yeah, you can become a positive influencer for people close to you. Yeah. And then when you do that, you need to pay attention to one element, and that is community actions are okay, but they are usually kind of volunteer activities, yeah, and which sort of appeal to limited people. Not everybody is interested in doing a community action, so not everybody has time to do it, yeah. So what we have been doing in the local network was more like a sort of community actions, not so much personal thing, but the community actions. Yeah. And we did it. So there are people who are willing to do it, but still, people are busy. Yeah. We are all busy with our own thing. We're all busy with our own job, our own health. We don't have time and energy to think about the community. Right. However, everybody is interested in their own health, right? It's a personal issue. It is critical now with the infectious disease and also just think about our longevity and staying sick free because it costs a lot of money to be sick these days. Yeah. If you get injured or if you become sick, medical cost is high and it will create a burden for your children too. So you want to stay healthy as long as possible. And that is imperative today. Yeah. So everybody's interested in your own health, right? And then so what if you could create some kind of mutual aid to support one another's personal health. Yeah. And therefore, I came up with the concept of Ikigai Biohacking Community. So it's a like local network, but focus is more on personal health. Right. So it's a mutual aid to support personal health. So what you do is just have a regular dinner parties with the Ikigai diet. So you have a dinner party in your house and you kind of serve the food based on the Ikigai diet. And then this place becomes a hub for the right tribe because you can, talk about health. Yeah, at the dinner parties, you can talk about different ways of, practicing biohacking, such as, sauna or, jogging or diet to fasting and so on. Yeah. And you kind of support one another. Yeah. So this place becomes a hub. So, more people want to come because that's where the right tribe gathers. Right. So that would be great. Because all you need to do is to have dinner parties. You don't need to do any volunteer work or any community actions. Just friends get together and have fun. That's all. Very easy and simple. And anyone can become interested in it, right? Getting together once a month is a good rhythm. Yeah. So once a month you get together and then so you usually practice your own biohacking. Yeah. And then once a month you get together and you can report to others what you've done, within the month, what kind of fasting you did, what kind of aerobic exercises you did. So you can motivate one another by gathering once a month. So it's almost become like a sort of your group coaching session, really. Um, so the main thing is just have a monthly dinner parties, yeah. But out of this, other activity can be developed, such as hiking or Nordic walking group. Some people like to do it together with other people. Yeah, I don't mind doing it by myself, but some people are more motivated if you have friends who can do things together. So you might create a Nordic walking group or yoga or qigong group, or cooking group to cook to cook natural, organic, healthy food. Yeah, you can kind of share natto recipes and things, for example. Yeah, or a study group to study the health and longevity, to bring some recent scientific discoveries on autophagy or something, and then you can kind of study it together. Yeah. And to do that, the main things is this place becomes the hub of the right tribe. And to be the right tribe, you need to share core values. You need to have core values. Yeah. Um, Now, the Ikigai biohacking can become the core values. Yeah. That means physical biohacking, mental biohacking, spiritual biohacking, and planetary biohacking. Right? And then that is pretty diverse because if you include spiritual and mental, you can have a meditation group or you can have a psychotherapeutic group work group. Or for planetary biohacking, you can have a community garden to grow organic food together and so on. Yeah. So that can be quite diverse and therefore it will be quite interesting and colorful. Yet you can have the main principle of having this balance, yeah, to work on all those areas. So kind of having holistic culture is critical to gather the right tribe, to gather the same minded people to the group. Right. All right. So the idea is to have regular dinner parties with the Ikigai diet and then create a hub for the right tribe. That's all you need to do. And you can start small. You can just have, dinner parties with a few people first, like, 4 or 5 people first. Then eventually it can grow to, 10 or 20 people. About Ikigai Biohacking community, please read my book, Ikigai Biohacking, Biohacking Based on Japanese Natural Health. You find this section in chapter 8, How to Bioharmonize Gaia, Mother Earth. And there's a section called Building a Community with Ikigai Biohacking, right? And to use this as a core principle of your community, please read the chapter 1. Do you want to live forever or be enlightened? You understand the kind of basic aspect of Ikigai biohacking, the basic kind of value of Ikigai biohacking, and why it is practical to set in your community, in your kind of a mutual aid group. Yeah, because it is holistic, but also I said it is very balanced. In fact, it is the least dogmatic method. Even though it is including spiritual aspect, it does not force anyone to do it. It is very easygoing and you can pretty much choose any way you like. Yeah. So for details, please read the book. Yeah. The book is available on Amazon as Kindle and print on demand paperback. Okay, that's it. Thank you for watching. Again, my name is Sachiaki Takamiya. Yeah, if you like this video, please give me your thumb up and subscribe to my channel. And please leave your comment. Do you have regular dinner parties with the people who are interested in health and longevity in your region? Okay, I will see you in the next video. Live with your Ikigai!